Well, good evening. What I've done here today is I'm out in my tent, out in the wild practicing. This is a kind of a luxurious tent. Obviously we car camped into here, but I wanted to show you one of my grab and go items. This is just a water bottle with a big mouth. I sanded all the paint off. It was yellow. I put on a silicone band. That's one of those wristbands. Say all kinds of things on them. Stretched it over that, so if I were to have it in the fire, I could take that out. And some of the things I have in there is the fish mouth spreader. This is not a Baker. I think this is a one of the other popular brands. Just painted black, but you can see you can hang that over the fire. And what I have to aid with hanging over the fire, I have a shoelace in here. I have some dental floss, knife, lighter, cotton balls, and lip balm. And that lip balm is just basically Vaseline, so it helps get the fire going. So these all go down inside. I do have some Zandoranch. And I cut out the recipe here, and it needs meat, so I have some thin sliced Spam, and everything does go down inside here, so we got to have a recipe. Obviously this is a water bottle as well. Like I say, this is a grab and go item. You're stuck in a natural disaster somewhere and had this in your car, which it's always in, I've got this type of stuff in my car and my truck. Oh, sorry. I do have a long handled spoon, so it's easier to get down to the bottom if you're eating out of the container you cooked in. Fit down inside. Let the air out. Flip it all back up. Fits down inside. You're ready to go. Now, what would help with that is having a bottle of water. That way you can cook what you have in here without having to find water. And it is another container to hold your water in, so by rights, after you're cooked, cleaned, boiled fresh water, you can put that fresh water back in the bottle and you're ready to go again. Other than you'll have to find some more food. But it is just maybe a day or two you're going to be needing to be on your own, and this would get you through. But like I say, we're out here camping and trying out things. So I'm just taking a minute to clean out a place for a fire. We're practicing today that there was a road blockage and wasn't anywhere near town or anybody's houses, and we're going to have to cook our own meal tonight. So I'm just clearing off a spot here so there's nothing extra that'll burn. And I am back up against a large cedar tree, and I've looked up for deadfalls. So hopefully we won't have anything crashing out of the tree like squirrels or any raccoons. And then I have gathered up some larger sticks. Now I'll go ahead and grab some smaller sticks to get this log cabin fire started. Got my log cabin form made and just putting a bunch of little sticks in there to get this thing cooking. Clear out a little bit more of an area here too. I wanted to use some of the resources. Okay, like we talked about yesterday, I do have my survival water bottle, big mouth. Got the Eagle Claw fish mouth spreader that will hook into the top there to hang over the fire. And I did bring my twist disc I learned how to make from a really big monkey, and I cut some limbs so I can hang that over the fire. What you do that is you set that up. And give it a twist. That locks it into place. So I don't want too big a fire here. Just enough to hang that pot by, so after it gets started I'll push it all in on itself. But inside the baggie here, I do have my fire starter. Got cotton balls and chapstick. You need a knife to get into chapstick, but I've got a knife. Get that mashed up and get started. So that cotton ball with chapstick on it will be my accelerant. It don't take much. That is why I bring a lighter too, so I don't have to mess around with ferro rods and all that stuff. But I couldn't. I'm just not gonna today. We do have water, so if I have to put out too big a fire, I've got that. I'll go ahead and get out the contents of this. I do have Spam, single slice. Got my big spoon. Zander Ranch. This is enough to feed 3 or 4 people. It does help to shake it down into the ball you already have out. That's how I got it in there. Don't forget the recipe. Eagle Claw fish mouth spreader on there, and get this hung over the fire. Obviously we don't have a fire hung up yet, but you see the concept here. because I wasn't totally unprepared, I did bring me a sausage that needed to be eaten for lunch. And I had two of them. I ate one of them for lunch and I saved the other one, and good thing I did. Get my knife in here, I can cut that up, drop it in the pot, and season it up a little bit before I dump in the water and Sand Ranch. So you see how that little bit of a fire we got going. That's log cabin style. So I'm going to put some of the meat, well, all of the meat, and brown it a little bit. Cajun sausage. And I did take the tripod down while that gets warm. Set next to the fire. Try to, right? And we'll warm that up. It isn't too big a fire, but getting started there until it gets down to coals, it's good and hot. Just knock some of the air out of it. Slow down the cook. Oh, hot. Oops. Tell that wood's good and dry that I found up on top of the ground. We'll get this tripod set up as soon as it settles down and get to cooking. I did just pour the Sand Ranch into my container I had, that way I could control how much rice and any of the powder, peppers and seasoning would all go into this. I'll measure that out with the water that I put in. And I am sizzling my sausage here. Nice, just setting it alongside the fire there. You know what, this might be the way I go ahead and cook it, just because it's easy enough to rake the sticks up onto it. I have the sausage cooking very nicely. I think I'll find me a Y stick and put here though. That way I don't have an issue with liquids. See one there. I'll go ahead and grab it and set it up. It's working very nicely, and I do have some water I can drink in the meantime too. sitting in the smoke because there's a lot of mosquitoes. It's all very dry wood, so I'm not getting any pitchy, eye stinging problems from it. If you select your wood correctly, you don't have those issues. It's the resins in the wood that makes your eyes sting. Long enough spoon is going to be extra long now. Found a green sapling. That wasn't all that green, but it was down. Getting snappy in there. It has its own cup thing. I didn't use that. Now I have a spoon I can stir with without getting a steam burn. Get all the way down to the pot, get that stirred up. It's looking like I have enough water in there. Got about 10 more minutes to cook. Say I saved my package still, so I have a place to set the utensils and whatever else I don't want on the ground, picking up stuff. Well, I just tested the rice. It needs cooked a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of water. It does appear it's sucked up a lot of the water into the rice. One thing I did want to note, I just took this off the fire and I have this ring here to be able to take the pot off, and it's warm but it's not hot. The side of the pot is definitely hot though, but having this Eagle Claw fish mouth spreader is the safest way to hold it until it cools down here now. If I had that hanging over the fire, I'd had no problem at all. I did find I had a whole bucket sitting out here this whole time. See why they pucked it out, but it's good to sit on it. People in their trash. Well, I had enough of that smoke, so I moved the other side. You can see the fire's dying down pretty good there. I'm not adding anything else to it. stuff is spicy. Loving it though. Now it's been a very successful cook. Everything's perfect. Fire's about out where I can put some water on that. Put it out. Dig a hole. Make sure it's good and buried. Make sure it is out. If you'd like what I've done today, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. This is a very good learning experience. I'll clean this up when I get home. I have enough water yet to clean it with before I dump that on the fire. And another thing I could do is rinse it out, save the water, because it'd be good soup. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Made my extended spoon extender. That was very nice. Not a bad afternoon. Thank you all for watching. What? Well, there goes that bucket. As the smoke flies into the east, this was another successful test